What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Before I get into it, I just want to apologize. I haven't uploaded in a while and there's no excuses for that. So we are back with another video. As you guys can tell from the title, we are going to be talking about a buying guide for an S550 Mustang GT in particular. This isn't going to be for a V6 or an EcoBoost, solely on the purpose that I don't know a lot about the options for the EcoBoost as well as the V6. I've had a couple people comment and a couple people DM me asking for a buyer's guide on what to look for in an S550. So I'm going to kind of go over a little bit of the differences between the 15 through the 17, options within that range, and then the differences between a 17 and an 18, a lot of differences between the two of those. But before we get into today's video, I am going to do a little bit of a paid sponsorship for you guys, and it is about a company called Octane. So basically, Octane is a free app that you can get on your iPhone, or if you have a Samsung, you can also download the app. It is a free app where you can find car meets, car events, car shows, anything that has to do with cars, and it is an event. You can find it through this app, and it basically tracks down any kind of events that are going on in your area. And I know a lot of my viewers are from the Bay Area, or you're relatively close to this area, and that is where this app and the whole company is based out of. You guys can find Octane's Instagram as well as their website link in my description below. Octane is still a relatively new app, so a lot of the cool features that they have are still undergoing maintenance, or they're still trying to implement it into the app. But a couple features that they do have that are really cool is that you can RSVP to the event or the cruise and see how many people are going, because a lot of the times you find a meet on Instagram and you hope it's going to be a big turnout. You end up driving, a far distance, you clean the car and everything, and it turns out to be a bus and nobody's there, and it's really not that cool of a meet. So you guys can definitely check out who's going, RSVP to make sure that people know you're going, and that basically eliminates all the hassle of thinking you're going to go to a cool meet, something that's big, and it ends up not being what you think it is. So really cool app. I'm really looking forward to working with Octane. They have cars and coffees going on. I'm not sure exactly what time and dates they have them, but they do have them going on in the Bay Area, and so you can go and you can talk to some of the people that work with the actual company. But without further ado, we're going to get into talking about the guide on the S550 and what exactly you should look for when you're considering buying a 2015 and up Mustang GT. So I have numerous videos of what the 2016 Mustang GT has to offer. How is it living with the Mustang GT? Can you daily it? I also have videos talking about the 18 and what the differences are, but it seems like people, particularly younger audiences who are looking to get their first car, or they already have a car and they want to get their first, fun sports car, then they're wondering, what really should I look for and what do I need when I'm buying an S550? And if you don't know, I have a 2016 Mustang GT Premium Performance Pack. So with this particular car, what it has different from the base is it's going to come with the Performance Pack wheels, which obviously I don't have on the car right now. It's going to come with upgraded struts, springs, and sways, bigger radiator, a couple electronic features when you put it into Sport Plus mode. The non-base is also going to come with the shaved trunk. So with the base, it's going to have a little bit of a spoiler here, which has holes drilled in, which is kind of bad. So with the Performance Pack, it's nice to have the non-spoiler trunk, so that if you do decide to go with a bigger spoiler or a wing, you don't have those pre-drilled holes anymore, and you can have a cleaner looking finish when you're done installing your spoiler. A big thing to mention that the Performance Pack has as well is that it's got these big meaty Brembos up front. The brakes in the rear are going to be the same from the base to the Performance, but in the front you are going to get these nice Brembo brakes. Now when people comment and they ask, what kind of Mustang should I get, what features should I get, the buyer's guide to an S550, it's really hard to give someone a straight answer because there's a lot of factors that go into it. What's your budget? How many miles are you looking at? What year do you want to go with? Do you want something that's modded? Do you want something that's stock? So there's a lot of factors that go into buying any car. So when a younger audience comes to me and they're asking about what to buy, and even parts to buy, it's really hard to give a straight answer because I don't know budget, which is probably going to be the biggest one. So with the 15 through a 17, obviously they're going to be a lot cheaper. Not a lot cheaper, but cheaper than an 18 GT, just because that's going to be the newer body style. It's going to be the facelift of the S550. So it really depends on your budget and what you're looking for price on an S550. A really good article to find and read is on CJ Pony Parts. They have they have an article that basically lists off almost every single feature from the 18 versus the 17, which is obviously going to be the pre-facelift versus the new facelift. And what's really cool on the CJ Pony Parts article is they have listed everything that is new mechanically in the Coyote engine that gives the 18 more power. Now, getting away from the 18, if you're trying to decide between a 15, 16, or 17, you really are dead set on that pre-facelift, just that original S550 look, then you're trying to decide between years. Generally speaking, and this is so hard to make this video is because there's so many variables, the newer the car, hopefully the less miles the car is going to have. Obviously there's exceptions. There's people that have a 15 GT that has far less miles than my car, which has almost 57,000 miles on it. These cars are so new that it's really hard to gauge what brakes on them at what kind of miles. I've experienced a ton of issues with my car at 56,000 miles. But I do think my car's a lemon. It has just so many things that have broken on it. But between the 15 and the 17, there's not a ton of things that are gonna be different. The 17, there's a couple more color options, but everything else is about the same. The real things that matter is gonna be horsepower, the drivetrain, and the numbers that involve performance, and those are all gonna be the same for the S550 in general. Now, based between performance, that's gonna be a whole different story. And that really depends on what you want to do with the car. If you're going to be tracking it, if it's going to be a daily driver, something fun, something that you're going to tune, a drag car, it's really dependent on what you are looking to do with your car. If you're like me and you're going to drive the car as a daily driver, you necessarily don't work or go to school far from home, just going to be kind of a round town car, then I would probably opt to go with the base 15 through 17 GT, solely on the purpose that you're not going to be paying extra for the brakes, you're not going to be paying extra for the extra suspension, the wheels, stuff like that, stuff that you're generally not going to feel if you're not tracking the car or driving it very aggressively. Now, with that being said, I do have the performance pack. I don't track my car, but I do still like the features that the performance pack has. The performance pack wheels are a nice option, but it's definitely something that you can buy, or even an aftermarket set of wheels that you can buy and put on your car and still not pay that premium price for having those stock OEM upgraded wheels. If you guys go down in all of my videos, I have a video on the differences between the base model and the performance pack, and that tells you a little bit more about the features and what my opinion is on if you should buy the base or the performance. So I'm not going to go too in depth with that. I just wanted to make a general buyer's guide and talk a little bit about my opinion on if you guys should go with the 17 versus an 18. If you're thinking about an S550, should you just stick with the pre-facelift and what year to buy between those? But this video is so hard to construct and make because there's so many factors such as price, mileage, even your location on where you're buying a Mustang. That's going to vary on how much the car actually is. 15 through 17 you're gonna get about used now because the 18s and the 19s are coming out. But yeah, that's just a little bit about what I think you should look for in an S550 buyer's guide, something like that. Hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. If you guys have any questions on informational stuff on the S550 or my opinion further, just comment down below or DM me at jordan.d.harris. I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have. And once again, if you guys didn't check it out, be sure to click the links in the description below for Octane's Instagram and website. Their app is dope and it's extremely helpful when you're trying to find a car meet. With all that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you're not following me, go follow me at jordan.d.harris. Link is also in the description below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.